again. Welcome to Lesson 7 of our Mystery Space Unit. Today we're going to continue to build off of the question we considered in Lesson 6, which is, are humans still discovering more about space? Last time we talked about Mars and the rover missions, but today we're going to add another example of how humans continue to discover more about our universe, which in today's lesson is the International Space Station, or the ISS. The term international has two root words, inter, meaning between, and national, meaning relating to a nation or a country. So this means the space station is shared between the United States and other countries which we'll learn about in this lesson. So here are the essential questions we'll consider as we learn about the ISS. First of all, what is the ISS? How is the ISS made? And what is the International Space Station even used for? So, first question, what is the ISS? Well, essentially, it is a large spacecraft that is constantly orbiting Earth, around 250 miles above, at about 17,500 miles per hour. Think about how fast you go on the highway to Bangor or somewhere. About like 75 miles per hour or so, right? The ISS goes about 233 times faster than that. It can even orbit the entire Earth in only 90 minutes, which, speaking of space, is about the same amount of time it takes to watch Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story. It would take an average plane about 45 hours to do that without stopping, or watching Toy Story for about 30 times. Another important part about the ISS is the I part, meaning international. Inter meaning between, like we talked about, and national meaning country, so between countries. This means it was designed, built, and is still used by many other countries besides our country, the United States. Those countries include Russia, Canada, Japan, European countries like Belgium, Denmark, France, Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Norway, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, and the UK. The next question is, how was it made? That is an interesting question. If you look at this station, it is pretty big, right? And would be probably really heavy on Earth. Actually, if you remember from the reading from the NASA article, it would be about 1 million pounds on Earth. How do you get this kind of object into an orbit around our planet? Discuss this question with your neighbor, or if you're watching this remotely, think about this to yourself as you pause the video and answer this question. Imagine you were in charge of getting the ISS into orbit. How do you do it? Well, I hope you remember from your reading that the first piece of the ISS was launched by Russia in 1998, and the other pieces were sent up in the next few years after that. So clearly this was made here on Earth in pieces, which they called in the article modules, and then launched into space and assembled by November 2nd in 2000, where the first crew arrived. So our last question is, what is the ISS used for? There are some text clues from the reading that should help you answer this question. Mainly the section where they mention that there are laboratory modules from the partnering countries. What do scientists use laboratories for? What makes this particular laboratory special? I don't know about you, but I don't know many science laboratories where the scientists can float. It is safe to say that this particular laboratory is used to conduct research around the effects of weightlessness on the human body, as well as other living materials. Check out this picture of a scientist trying to grow plants on the ISS. So, scientists use this floating laboratory to conduct all kinds of experiments that help us understand more about space, so we can continue exploring our solar system as well as other worlds in space. So now that we know what the ISS is, how it was made, and what it is used for, let's go check it out. Okay, maybe we're not actually go there, but thanks to Google Earth and NASA, we can take a virtual field trip there. Go to the next assignment in this lesson on Google Classroom called the ISS Virtual Field Trip, where you will see a copy, your own copy, of the ISS scavenger hunt, as well as a quick how-to video made by me on how you actually access the virtual field trip. Use the virtual field trip link and this document to learn more about the ISS. You can work with a partner or by yourself. Good luck as you explore this awesome floating laboratory we call the International Space Station.